Thank you for joining me today in Hoda's Career Chat. For those of you joining for the first time, I'm a career management professional, which means I wear many hats in the career management field. And that translates from either helping my client in job search or to big organizations as they prepare their new employees for new roles. So really a very wide range of hats. But most importantly to you is today I am here to answer your education and career questions and help you move forward in your career or job situation that you find yourself currently in. Before I do that, I usually, at the beginning, at the end of every episode, I give you something to reflect on for next week and think about what you would like to accomplish and how you can accomplish it. So really importantly is a quotations that I enjoy, that I see value in, and that I think that you will enjoy as well. So one of the quotations is, "You can if you think you can." I'm not really sure who came up with that, but it is very popular, and I do believe that it works. I tell my clients that it's all about your attitude. What do you think you can accomplish, and how you think you're going to accomplish it really, really matters. So some of the advice I give them is really dream big. If you have a big dream, and you will accomplish it even if it's on a smaller scale. But it gives you purpose. It gives you an idea of what life is going to be all about for you, whether you're in your 20s or your 50s, or even nowadays we're talking to clients in their 60s who are preparing for life after retirement. So dream big so that if you fail, you'll come out with something small for sure. And I'm sure you've heard the other one is reach for the stars. And so that if you don't reach the stars, you'll fall on the moon. So if your dream is to fly to the moon, that's a great dream to start. And then you can try to figure out how you're going to reach the moon. So definitely reach for the stars. And one more recommendation in having that attitude that I want to think outside the box will help you also accomplish a lot more than you think you can. And one example I give to a lot of my clients is that by thinking outside of box, what I mean is that if you find your neighbor or your friend is doing something that you think is great, that's great for them. Perhaps don't go copy it exactly, but if you really like what they're doing and you think this is your dream career, perhaps take it on and expand on it, develop your own ideas and your own thoughts of how you can make it work better for you by dreaming big and by reaching for the stars. Now, a lot of my clients say, okay, so it's easy for you to say, how do I embellish on that and build on that? I just encourage all my clients to create a career vision statement. Just like companies have career visions, well, they don't call it visions, they call it a mission statement. For us individuals, each of us, it's good for us to have a career vision statement, or just call it a vision statement if you like. It gives us purpose in life. It makes us happier people as we work towards that vision. So here is what I tell my client: envision a dream, reach for the stars, right? So that's what we talked about. How do you do that? One of the questions and the prompts that I give them is, my goal is to become a, fill in the blanks. What is your goal to become? What do you have dreamed about ever since you were young, but never really put the effort to accomplish? So really ask yourself a lot of questions to fill in that blank. Another one prompt can be, my dream career will allow me to. What does it allow you to do? One of my clients, she wanted to work with science and history, so it'll allow me to do both. And how do we do that? So we dug in, we've found out anthropology could be an option. And so definitely it all depends on, when we narrowed on her skills, abilities, likes and dislikes, we ended up with anthropology. Definitely think about it, collect all the data, and then you'll be able to figure out what your dream career will allow you to do. One more prompt for you, one last one, is, when I grow up, I want to be, I want to do, I want to create, whatever it is that works for you. Now I keep this one as the last one because I don't like it a lot. And especially when adults come to young kids and say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that sometimes my young adult clients don't know what they want to be, and it annoys them. But this is between you and yourself, and you're not sharing to, typically you don't really need to share that information with anyone except yourself. You can write it down on your little notebook or a journal if you have. This is just a vision. This is what can help you get up every morning and get you excited about what you're going to do. And to answer any of the three prompts, and I will repeat them. My goal is to become A. My dream career will allow me to. When I grow up, I want to. Once you create those, then you will find your purpose. And to do that, if you're not sure how to fill in the blanks for those, then you ask your questions. What do I like to do all day? What is it that keeps me busy? What keeps me engaged? What gets me excited to wake up every morning? These are questions to think about. And yes, if you don't mind writing them down, that would be great, because then you can look at them the next day, the next week, the next month, and say, wait a minute, I said I loved writing, but I don't think so. I don't like writing. So writing them down, even though you don't like writing, is always a good idea to be able to find your vision statement that's going to make you happier, and hence going to make you move forward in whatever it is your dream will look like. Okay, without further ado and less talking, let's start with your questions. It's time to get your questions answered. Thank you to those who have already sent in their questions. Please type your questions in chat if you have more questions. But remember, there are no right or wrong questions. No question is too silly for you to contemplate and share with us. Believe me, if you are thinking of it, someone else is as well. And for me, no question is too silly to contemplate and respond to. My promise to you is, if I don't know the answer, to let you know. I will do my best to answer it today, but I will also do my best to find the answer for you from other professionals or by researching statistics and research, and talk about them in future episodes. So definitely you'll be providing me for food for thought and for an opportunity to learn something new. All right, start with the first question. How many years of employment should I put on my resume? This is a great question, because this has changed from the past. In the past, we encouraged you to put as many years as you want. There was no limit to that and no rules. But nowadays, we're talking about a resume that does not go longer than 2 pages. So 1 is ideal, 2 pages if you feel you have a lot more to share. So the number of years we're talking about that resume writers and career coaches agree on is 10 years. So go back 10 years. I have clients who wanted to go back more, and this is when we sit and say, okay, why do you need to share more than 10 years? If they believe that in the past 15 or even 20 years, they've developed skills and abilities that are gonna be valuable for the job they are applying, then yes, we can put them on the resume. So definitely it all depends on the job you're applying to and how you're gonna use it for the job placement. It's something you can also, if you feel that 10 years, okay, is enough, I'm not going to put more, you can always bring it out in the interview or the cover letter. Typically, a lot of companies require cover letters, or they ask if you want to add any other thing, you can talk about it in your cover letter. But if you feel strongly because the skills are required or the work experience is required in the job you're applying to, you can put it. One more reason is we've decided, I think, and a lot of career coaches agree, that 10 years is good enough, because if you go beyond that, it could be outdated. Like, technology is changing things. The way we do everyday work is changing. And so what you learned 20 or 30 years ago, what I learned 20 or 30 years ago, may be seen as redundant or really not up to date. So unless it's customer service or situations where you've shown that you were able to prove yourself in a very unique way that you haven't done in the past 10 years, then you can definitely include it. All right, moving on to the next question. Is a college degree better than work experience in this job market? This is an excellent question, because if you had asked me this pre-COVID-19, I would have said, I wouldn't say it's better, but I would have said it is important to have a college degree, because it just gives your resume that much more shine in the hiring manager's view, and because it makes you stand out as someone who has a degree, whether it's college, university, or more. But the recent survey came out a few days ago that showed that having a university degree or a college degree or even a graduate study like a PhD degree is not allowing nowadays in this job market job seekers to find a better job. So the survey showed that whether you are just graduating high school or university or college, you are not in a much better position to find a job. And so it is equally the same. If you ask me, I still think a college degree is important, because things can change by next month or next year. But definitely for me, it's not enough to have a college degree. It's what you do with that college degree. So a college degree is not better, but it's a plus to work experience. And it definitely brings you up there, even despite what I just read in the past week. So I hope this gives you an idea of where I stand, when I think a lot of coaches and a lot of hiring managers will stand at this point in time still, in that it is important. It does give you a better edge. All right, are online summer internships worth my time? This next question is definitely yes. I'll tell you a little bit more about why I think so. But to me, doing an internship over the summer is better than staying at home and doing nothing. So the question would be to you is, if you don't do that online summer internship, what are you going to do with your time? Because employees will ask you, how was your summer? What did you do? This is an opportunity to say, well, you get excited about what you did and you share it. But more importantly, any internship online, particularly now, I mean, we don't have a lot of choices but to go online. With the new markets opening, retail and golf courses, you can probably do that as well. But the let's say you have an opportunity to work in a golf course and an online summer internship. You sit down and you say, okay, what skills am I going to develop? Working in a golf course, you're definitely going to develop customer service experience, let's say. What is that summer internship? What skill is it going to offer you? You weigh them. You go back to your career journey, your career path. What are you hoping to accomplish? Which one is going to give you the skills that are going to help you to move forward? So it's worth it if you think it's going to give you the skills that are going to help you to move forward. More importantly is to go back to that dream, to that career goal. What is it you want to accomplish? Is it going to help you accomplish it? Because you'll be more excited to show up to it and more excited to be a part of it. But yes, any kind of job or internship or volunteer opportunity over the summer is definitely important. All right, moving on to the next question. What are the job prospects for a Bachelor of Arts degree? We've talked a little bit about the importance of degrees already today. And I say a Bachelor of Arts degree is a very good degree. It depends what you do with it. So the job prospects will be good. if you have developed some work experience with it. And that's why I go back to that internship. Have you done any volunteering? Have you done any internships, any part-time jobs? Anything that complements that degree and gives you the edge. That's going to make your resume stand out. And that's going to say, get the hiring manager to say, I want to meet that person. I want to know what they did, more about what they did. And yes, I have parents of clients, of young clients, who say, yeah, but I mean, Bachelor of Arts degree compared it to a Bachelor Engineering degree, I mean, you can't balance both. And I say, yes, you can, because a Bachelor of Engineering degree on its own is not enough to give good job prospects anymore. It's, what did you do when you were studying that engineering degree? What were your summers like? Were you sitting and not doing anything? Then you didn't add something to give you an edge. So many students, let's say, are going to graduate with a mechanical engineering degree, or I will go to an education degree because that's where my specialization was. How am I going to make myself stand out when there are a lot of people who have an education degree? How is the engineering young student going to stand out when there are so many students graduating with a Bachelor of Engineering degree? They stand out by experience, volunteering, part-time jobs, internships, doing something that's going to help you gain skills. Some of my clients have traveled across the world during their summer. They're fortunate enough to be able to get positions where they can travel and work, teach students abroad. Little opportunities like that are very important to make your resume stand out, and are very important for the hiring manager to say, I like to learn more. Even some questions would be in an interview, what prompted you to go to South Africa and volunteer? So that's the interview would look like, asking you more details about what you accomplished. So yes, the job prospects are always good. And if you have built some experience along with that degree. So I hope this gives you an idea that no, in my opinion, no degree is worthless, no degree is wasted. Going to university is a growing experience. It allows you to build on time management skills, on just the act of studying, showing up to class. It's all experience that you are doing independently, as separately from high school, which perhaps your parents helped you wake up in the morning. You are gaining a lot of skills, and you can use those to embellish your resume for sure. Okay, we've got time for more question, and I will move on with, I have just been offered a position that requires me to move away from home. I'm not sure how I feel about relocating to a new city that is far away from family. Should I just take the position? This question is loaded. It's a beautiful question though. It's something that a lot of people struggle with. You get a great opportunity and you say, do I move or not? My answer to this is always think holistically of things. What else does this faraway job offer? Again, I bring you back to the importance of having a career goal and having a career path envisioned. Because if this job opportunity is going to allow you to build the skills that you want to build, it's going to lead you one step further towards what you want to accomplish, or one step closer, I mean, to what you want to accomplish, then I think it should be worth considering. Now, living away from family is never easy, so it's definitely going to be added to the equation. Skills, away from family, matching career path, living alone perhaps, all of these need to be stated, written down, stated and thought about individually, and then collectively see how that fits into your career path. I have clients sometimes taken on jobs who are far away, even though they were hesitant about being away from family because it offered opportunity, the job offered opportunities to develop skills. And they committed to relocate for a year. So this always gave them a fallback. So not a permanent relocation, but a temporary one where they go do the job for a year or two. And if they like it, they would stay. And some have stayed on. Some couldn't wait for the 1 year to finish and come back home. So lots to think about, but it's important to weigh every goal, every thing that you need into the equation before making that decision. And it's definitely a major decision, especially if you've lived in the same area all your life and you're locating, let's say I had a client relocate from Ontario to Alberta, and he never regretted it, so never went back. And so the family now visit him every now and then, but he's doing well. He is on track to his career path. So lots to think about when you have such an opportunity to consider. So that's all the time I have for questions today. I hope that you continue on with moving forward. And I've got something for you to share here, to share with you one more quotation. It's from Hoda. I'm sure many people are familiar with it, but it's one of my favorite quotations because it does show the importance of attitude. And if you haven't guessed it by now, it's Hoda talking to Luke Skywalker when Luke Skywalker's, I don't remember exactly what Hoda asked of him, but Luke Skywalker said, "I'll try." And Yoda's answer was, "Do or do not. There is no try." The whole idea of do or do not, it's really about our attitude. We are all trying to do our best, and that's important for sure. But it's all what we put our mind to and what we think we can do. If you think you can, then you probably can. So do or do not, there is no try, is a quotation for you to reflect on as you prepare to move forward in your career plans and move forward perhaps to the next step of your life. Before I let you go, I want to first thank you for showing up. If you need to contact me, I am available on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. All you have to do is look for Right Career Fit. And I also have a website, rightcareerfit.com, if you would like to check it out and send me a message from there if you're not on apps. But if you would like to listen to today's episode again or share it with someone, again, look for Right Career Fit on YouTube, where you will see the slides as well as the chat, or on SoundCloud, where you would listen to it as a podcast. Thank you again. And until next week, please stay positive.